The following video is an excerpt from Mike Massey's 19 bonus shots. A free download for anyone who purchases 50 shots every serious player needs to know.
Okay, on this shot here, the 7 ball is frozen, and it would be very difficult to make the 7 and play position between the 9 and 11 or the 9 and 13 for the 8. So I'm going to stroke it with lots of low left, and I'm going to come back over to the long rail and watch the ball spin 2 cushions off the long rail and the bottom rail, short rail, to get position for the 8 ball. So this is a neat shot that can come up, takes a good stroke. Watch the spin here. There you go, right over for the 8. Okay, this shot here, this is a pretty difficult shot here. What you got to do is elevate the cue. Tremendous amount of draw, but also a tremendous amount of spin on it. Because when the 5 ball is frozen, so you got to hit it as full as you can to still make the ball. And the cue ball actually will go away from the rail and come back towards the rail a little bit to come back up for position for the 8 ball. Straight draw, you wouldn't be able to do this. You got to use a lot of right draw, and you got to elevate. You got to elevate and shoot down into it to draw back up the 8. So this is a pretty difficult shot here. Okay, this shot you can see I'm basically straight in on the 1 ball, and I need to get position for the 8. So what I'm going to do here is elevate the cue. I'm going to hop into the 1 ball, and the cue ball will actually curve over to the side rail. It's going to curve over with lots of left English and come back between the 9 and the 15 there. So you've got to elevate it, and if you just straight top, you'll follow this ball in. So you've got to have a lot of left English on it and make it hop and then curve after you make the 1 ball in. So watch the effect on the cue ball this time. It's really neat. Okay, on this shot here, it would be a tough shot to draw. If you use draw, you're probably going to those balls. Here, I'm actually going to hit high left. And the cue ball, you'll see it hit the rail and kind of curve around the ball that's on the 10 ball there. And then it's going to have it's going to be about 11 o'clock on it, lots of spin to take off of the long rail to come back up for shape for the 8 ball. So I'm using high left instead of draw here. Here's another shot. I'm using high left here. I'm going to go into the long rail, go around the 15 ball, hit the short rail, and spin back with lots of, it's about 11 o'clock, high left, and this is all in a stroke. If you shoot it too hard, you'll come into the ball. So this is the main thing is the speed. You got to practice this shot to get the right speed. But this is a shot that comes up sometimes, and it's basically the only way you can get position for the 8 ball. Okay, this shot here, I play decent 3 cushion billiards, and this shot here is a shot we use in billiards. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the ball really full. Of course, I got to cut it a little bit. And I'm going to try to have the cue ball to come down between the first diamond and the corner pocket. And I know if I hit in that area that I'm going to spin into about the 3rd diamond with the spin's got to take off that 3rd diamond to go up and into the 15 to get position for the 8. So the spin has to last till you get to the 3rd rail on this to get position. So this is a power spin shot here. Okay, this is the same type shot here, except this time I got to go all the way up the table and still want to hit close to the first diamond. And I know if I do that with maximum spin that I'm going to come into that 10 and 11 and break out the balls, because I need to break those balls out if I'm playing 8-ball here to try to run out. So I'm going to make the 9, go up about the first diamond with a tremendous amount of spin. This is about 830 on the cue ball, so you need a little draw, not much, to go up table and spin off and go into the balls to breaking out. So this is a power spin. Okay, this shot here is, I'm going to cut the ball into the right pocket. So I'm going to use high right, about 1 o'clock, lots of power, and the spin has to take off that second rail to go around table. So you got to hit it with enough spin that when it hits the first rail, the spin has to take off the second rail to go back around table to get position for the 8-ball. Okay, if you notice on this shot here, I'm almost basically straight in on the 1 ball. Need to get position for the 8-ball. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to elevate the cue a little bit, hit high about 11 o'clock on the cue ball, lots of spin to go into the rail so you'll get the angle, the right angle to go up for position for the 8-ball. So this takes lots of power, elevation, a loose grip, and you got to use this. It's a pretty powerful stroke here, but the main thing on this shot is the spin to get it to go up for the 8-ball. Now here's a shot that can come up, and if you notice, you only have the side pocket that you can play the 3-ball in. The corner pocket's blocked. So what I want to do is play the 3 and go into the 9-ball, really full into the 9-ball, and I'm going to draw off the 9-ball to go back up to get position for the 8-ball. So this is a shot sometimes players might overlook, but this is a really good way of getting position for the 8 by using another ball to draw off from. Okay, this is a close draw. I'm about 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch from the object ball, and it'd be very hard to follow over to get position for the 8-ball. Even using my sidearms technique, you wouldn't be able to do this without fouling. So I'm going to do a draw shot. I'm going to draw into the rail and spin 2 rails back over to get position for the 8-ball, either through the gap or between the 5 and 8. But watch the spin off the second rail. Okay, this same type shot as last one. Now to shoot this shot, you got to hit it about 5 o'clock, and you stroke through it. And what happens? The cue ball, so you don't foul. The cue ball squirts off to the left, and then it comes back. So if you stroke through it, you know, lots of right draw, about 5 o'clock, and then we'll go 2 rails and go get position for the 8-ball. Okay, here's a really neat shot here. I need to load this up with a lot of spin. I'm hitting this. It's about 9 o'clock, and very soft. And you get a very loose grip with the cue to do this, because if you hit this too hard, your spin won't take off the rail to get into the gap for the position for the 8-ball. So soft spin about 9 o'clock and let the cue ball just go right down, and it's going to spin right over and go between the 2 and the 6 there and get position for the 8 ball. Okay, here's another one of those follow spin shots. Here, if you pocket the 5 and you just use, say, high left, a little bit of left, you can't spin it enough to go up. You want to be able to spin this ball to go all the way up to the 9 ball to get shape for the 8 ball. So you've got to load this up with a lot. This is relying on spin more than follow. So you got to put a lot of spin, so that spin takes off the second rail, and I'm hitting it probably about 10 o'clock with a tremendous amount of force and spin. You know, over the years, through lots of tournament play, there's shots that have come up at times that you would think there's not a shot there, but usually there is. There's quite a few shots here that I've shown some pros here recently that didn't know the shot. And it makes you feel good if you got a shot that they don't know, you know, because these are great players. When you think there's no angle or to get position for the next ball, I'm going to show you how to create some angles when you think there's not a shot there, you know. And I'm going to teach you how easy it is to jump one-handed. I do it all the time in tournaments. Once you learn the technique, it's not that difficult. Some shots were accidents that happen in the game. So once I saw that shot would work, you know, as an accident, you can try to recreate it.